Yes, sir. Yo, you too. Oh, flip. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. If you are new to the channel, just hit that subscribe button, and if you're still with the fools, just hit that um like button. And yeah, man, if you haven't actually turned on the notifications, just turn them on, just so that you can be notified with the next videos we are going to drop. Other than that, I would like to believe I have dropped a video this year, so I'm not gonna say Happy New Year, but it feels like I have to say it just because it has been a very long time, right? But other than that, let's get straight into it. So we have boom and crash, right, guys? So we trade boom and crash. We buy boom, we sell crash, right? Excuse me. This is what bro, guys, can you actually see this? Do you see what happened here? Like, can you guys see what happened here on this specific point? I entered, got into a little bit of profits, the market went back up, I exited, and it came literally, bro, it dropped heavy again from this entry, you know literally around until here. Maybe that's about $200, and more, literally. But I ended up going with almost break even, but it's fine though. But other than that, let's get straight into it. So what you're going to need is this, something like now. You understand? You see what's happening right now. You need something like this, which is what, a downtrend, right? So this is an indication that we are in a downtrend. So, okay, the great FX, how do you identify a downtrend? Oh, now let me switch off the Wi-Fi. I might get messages. Let me do this. Oh, sheesh. Damn. Okay, it's fine. But you need this. You need this, a downtrend, right? After getting a downtrend, you are going, all of what I'm doing here is actually not necessary so for now actually, but this is just me trying to analyze the market. But yeah, you only need a downtrend. After a downtrend, when I'm marking these type of things, I'm marking them just so that you see that, make sure that the market is not at these areas, like either it's not arriving at this area from above, or the market is um not actually, rejecting in any type of support, so you just have to trade when the market is below the support levels, or it's actually on the support levels from below. I hope you catch the drift, that there's actually a difference, so this is the right and perfect moment to look for yourselves, you know so you would actually be just dropping to your 1 minute. It's this one. It's actually a super easy thing, right? So what is it that you are going to need to do? Okay, the great effects, we get it, that you want us to go from 1 hour to 1 minute, and we actually jammed a lot of time frames. I understand. Relax, calm down. So what's actually happening is that, I'm trying to actually remove this. um so what's actually happening is that, since you noticed that the market was here on this resistance, you remember that that support, it was like, it was actually low key stopping us to do what, to, oh no, um it was actually, okay, that's too long. Let me just take this one. So this support was actually preventing us to drop. So now that this same support is now turned into what? A resistance in this spot, right? So now you have two what is this confluences, right? You have two confluences now. You had this first one of the downtrend, everything is in a downtrend. The second one it is that you are not in any type of support, which is something that can make you bounce off going back to the top. You are in a place that can actually suppress you and make you go down again, right? So other than that, you're just going to wait for this cross of these two lines, right? Just the cross of these two lines, and then you're gonna wait for the guys. Like, come on now, I'm always giving out crazy strategies. I'm not gonna lie, if you are not using these to your advantage, that's up to you, bro. That's definitely up to you because I've been providing things for free for almost five, it's actually 5 years now since I've been providing these things for free. Half a decade, guys. You understand? So in literally all 5 years, you cannot tell me you didn't actually catch something from over 130 videos. Come on. Like, and one thing about me is that I provide the most basic things. That's the thing, man. I'm not giving you something that is so advanced that's going to need you to overanalyze. What I'm doing to you here is actually something like a grade two, second grade learner that can actually learn and master. It's easy. Understand? So okay, let's get straight into it again. So what you're going to need to do is that you're going to wait for this cross to happen. The blue line has to get below the yellow line, right? After that, you wait for the market to retrace. It retraces, you wait for it to pass this blue line. It has to go to the yellow line. Sometimes it can just spike here. It's fine, just leave it. A missed opportunity is better than a lost one, bro. Like, come on, and then from there, you just wait for it to pass this blue line. When it gets to the yellow line, that is when you do what? You take your cells. And there you go. You crashed very hard. Even here, you crashed very hard. We passed the blue line. We went to the yellow line. When we got to the yellow line, we dropped very heavy. Even here, and then obviously the more it goes is the more the market is going to change the direction just like it did now. you know so other than that, it's that simple, bro. Like, it's literally that simple. I don't want to complicate things, so you shouldn't also complicate them. Because look at it, look at this. Even when you take your Fibonacci, the market on the first entry, it was a perfect entry because it was even rejecting on the 23.6 of the Fibonacci. So this one was actually more of a perfect entry. You understand? So, man, this strategy actually works. I'm not gonna lie. That strategy, like, and it's very simple. Let me try to go to crash 50. Okay, it's not in a downtrend. Okay, let's go to boom. The boom 50. Perfect. We are in an uptrend. So, when, let's say, you see now you're in boom, right? And then let's just say that you get the market is actually going up. And then when it actually gets to this exact point, you can see that it rejects it and reject it. And then right now it seems to now be trying to pass. Because when you're actually looking at this, remember, you only analyze from a higher time frame. Lower time frame is just for confirmations and entries. That's it. You don't analyze on a lower time frame. No, there is what is just you confirming. That's it. You don't analyze there. I'm gonna repeat. You do not analyze on a lower time frame. You confirm and enter. That's it. Okay. So as you can see that it was actually going up. What it was doing it is that it created this high, came back down to correct, and then it went back up impulsively, doing what? Breaking this high, just but in this instance taking out the liquidity. And then after that it decided to drop back down, you know. I'm not sure if you're aware that after it dropped back down, it actually did the same thing that it just did right here. It came just to take out liquidity. And in this instance, it came to fill in the gap that we had here. You can see that we had a gap, right? And then from that gap, you can see we had, let's see, one, two, three multiple, three consecutive, what is this? Rejections, right? And they didn't just happen anywhere. They actually happen on the blue line, right? On the higher time frame, right? And then from here, that is when we're actually shooting up. So I would like to say that this is a right, a fair point for you to actually want to take your buys, but a fair point, not a fair one, but the best point. I would like to say that it is around here. Let me show you. Down there, obviously, you know, since we just took liquidity, one, two, we can actually look for something around these areas, just these areas. Oh, no. Yeah, but just around these areas. But this would be for a long-term trade, you know. But for these short-term trades, you can literally just, you know, literally just take the entries as they are here. So the example it is that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna make an example for the last time. The video is already 12 minutes. It's longer than I expected, but you get a cross. This is where you get a cross. In this instance, the blue is not gonna get below, but in this instance, it gets above what? The yellow line. But other than that, you're gonna wait for the market to do what? To drop from the above, right? Passing the blue line, going straight to the yellow line. And then this is exactly, where you will be doing what? Buying. So in this instance, let me see. Seems like it rejected almost just below the 50% to the 38 points. Yeah, 38.2 is also crucial. So it actually rejected on the 38, what is this, 38.2, right? So you see, beautiful entry, and then there we go. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you haven't subscribed, just subscribe, because we are back for 2026. And if anything that you would actually like me to do more on Women Crash, or just on the dairy of what is this indices, just tell me down below. And other than that, Deriv, my emails are still open. Any sponsorship regarding the tour, the videos and everything, just send me an email, and you're most welcome to do that. Other than that, I will see you guys on the next video. I might be giving out the settings on the next video. Other than that, is love, peace, and happiness. I'm out, man.